Hey guys, Tech Timmy here. So in this video, I am going to finally be unboxing the Ember 2 temperature controlled coffee mug. So this is a long overdue unboxing. So in this video, I'm going to do unboxing. I'll also do the initial app and the setup. I'll have to charge it prior, so we'll work some editing magic with the video to make sure this is all seamless and to get you guys through this as quickly as possible. We're going to do a setup, and then also, again, I'll use the thing for about a week, and then I will tack on a mini review onto the end of it to see how successful this was at keeping my coffee hot. So I finally broke down and got the temperature control mug. Amazon had an early Prime Day deal on it, so I said, why not? I'll actually drop a link in the description. Prime Days are going on right now as I speak, so I just got this delivered to me in the mail, and yeah, I'm super excited to use this. I am a microwave coffee guy, so I pour my first cup of coffee in the morning, and then I'll get busy with work or whatever, and then I'll invariably microwave that cup of coffee like 3 or 4 times at like 15 seconds or whatever throughout the cup as I drink it to keep it hot. I do not like cold coffee, and this is going to solve that problem for me. Even though I have a very cool microwave, I'll actually show a little I'll do a little cutout in the video here to show you how I typically heat my coffee using my voice with my ALEXA powered microwave. If you're interested in that, I'll also drop a link to the video that I did on that one below. So I have my Epic unboxing knife here. Brand new one, actually. This is more of a machete, I guess. So my knife is bigger than yours officially at this point. I'm not really sure I'm going to keep this one. It's a lot bigger than I thought, but for purpose of this video, hey, a little bit of dramatic effect. So I typically review in my unboxings. I go through the box, and then we'll take all the different parts out and take a look at those separately to start. But so the box itself is no frills really. I noticed it's in a bunch of different languages here, but there's a little bit of cool marketing ease that we can look at. So that's the sort of the cover, if you will. So Ember's Temperature Control Mug 2. This is the second edition, which I understand has a little bit of longer battery life in terms of keeping your coffee hot for longer, a few degrees better. So there you go. I think enough said that. Pour, adjust, and enjoy. So the pour, you basically pour using your own coffee, and I have a Keurig that I use daily here. So I'm gonna have put this in my Keurig under my K-cup dispenser. You can adjust the temperature, actual hotness of the coffee using the app, which is super cool. I have not tested the app. In fact, I haven't seen any videos on it. I've seen a couple of other unboxings for this thing, so the app is going to be a new experience to me. So hopefully we can sort of learn that together and then enjoy your nice hot coffee all day. Hot coffee all day is the way to go. And then, keep your drink hot, and then basically have some additional info in other languages here. Control with your smartphone. 80 minutes of battery life. So that means basically at a clip, if you decide that you want to unplug the base from the charger, you still get 80 minutes with the cup only. So, I can walk all around my apartment for 80 minutes and that cup of coffee is still going to be hot, which is just so crazy to me. I just can't wait to start using this. And safe to hand wash, sort of. There is the base here, does not like to have water get into it. I'll show you that in a second. But yeah, so without further ado, let's take this out of the box. And temperature does matter. So, all right, first we're going to break in I just think this is fitting to this gigantic knife. I know some of our other fellow YouTubers out there they've got some pretty serious knives, so I figure, hey, if there's one way I can differentiate myself, man, Tech Timmy's gonna have a bigger knife than iJustine and Mr. Who's the Boss and all those guys. So my knife's bigger than yours, guys. I'll watch they'll try to one up me. All right, so plastic is off, and then my understanding is that this is just this covering is a sleeve that we can just slide this out. I'm hoping. Yep, here we go. And so that's easy enough. I'm going to get this giant knife out of the way before I cut myself. And drop me a comment below if you think I should keep the knife or maybe go for something a little bit more practical, a little smaller. So, yep, so that's it. So that's the outer wrapper there. And now for this guy, this seems to be the back. It's telling us where we can download the app, which is sort of a no-brainer. And then, whoop, we're going to have to get the knife involved again because we have a couple of these little plastic gazintas over here. You may not be able to see them in the video, but there's a piece of plastic here. So I am going to carefully, whoop, undo that side. I'm going to carefully undo this side without, hopefully, the whole thing falling. And without me stabbing myself. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think this knife is practical. It's super heavy. I can't even get it in the video. I mean, it's like a sword pretty much. All right, and it is super sharp. So watch your fingers, Tim. All right, so now I'm going to put this here, and then I believe that the blank is the top. Oh, and indeed, there it is. So the blank side is the top, and then this is actually a very beautiful mug. I love the fact that it's plain black. It goes, you can tell by my table here, and if you've seen some of my other videos, you know my decor is mostly, dark tones, black and so forth. But yeah, and it's got some heft to it. Others have actually been quite dramatic in saying how heavy this is. It's heavy and it feels solid, but it's not like, it's not super heavy. It feels about as heavy as a traditional coffee cup, if you have a larger size cup. So yeah, and then, so just a little note here, charge before use. I love the look of this. So it is showing my fingerprints a little bit with my sweaty hands here. But, and then so we have the Ember logo, and which seems to be a little bit faded, but no, I guess that's fine. And then so charge before use, which I will do. I will definitely charge this up. And obviously through the power of video editing, we will not make you sit through the charge. I'll actually probably film the second part of this tomorrow and then tack it on to the same video. So we're going to do, as I had said, we're going to do the, not just the unboxing, but also the setup. And then I'll also do a review at the end. So stay till the end if you want to see how I made out with this. And then, so here we have our tech. So I believe that is the picture of a microwave. If you think it's something else, drop a comment down below, but it's basically saying, don't microwave this thing, and you do not want to microwave it. That's kind of that defeats the whole point, right? And then, so here we have our charging coils on the bottom, and there's some type here. It says Ember Technologies, Inc., designed in California. So they took a little cue from Apple and giving a nod to Cali there. And then, so in terms of the rest of the box, I'm just going to set this over here for a second. And then in terms of what's in the rest of the box, let me just see. I believe we'll have some stuff on it. Okay, yep. So obviously this is the base. So we're going to pull that out next. And then what I'm understanding is there's two little coils there. Oh, okay, so now, so yeah. So there's the warning. That's definitely water. Those are water droplets. It does not want you to get water inside here, which is interesting. Could a little bit of coffee spill in there? I'm hopeful, because I'm kind of a little bit of a nervous Nelly to begin with. Once you get coffee in me, forget it, I'm spilling everywhere. I don't know the answer to that, but you don't want to get this part of it wet. So this part of it does not like getting wet. So I'm just going to peel off the sticker. And so we'll have to remember that. And then my understanding is those two little knobby things here are what, that's what makes the connection for the charge. And in the older version of the cup, I think you actually had you had to match it up to get the knobby things on the knobby things. Now this should just work because you have the whole round set of coils there on the bottom, and then that just sits like that, and that looks awesome. It looks really cool. My plan is to actually put this guy on my desk, and so that when I put the mug down on it, it will continue to continuously charge, and then I don't have to worry about the 80-minute time limit. But if I want to walk around, and I do sometimes, I'll work in my living room instead of the bedroom or whatever. You want to walk around with it, you can for 80 minutes. You can take this outside for 80 minutes and still, in the cold weather, and still have a cup of piping hot joe to your exact temperature specifications, which is that's just pretty insane to me. Okay, now, so we're going to set this over here for a second, and then in terms of the rest of the box, I believe we should have some documentation and stuff in here, but now, is it under? Let me just see. I didn't do a great job. Oh, so I think this guy comes up. It does, seems to. And then we have a little tabby thing here, or multiple tabby things. But inside, this is what you want to grab here. You want to grab it by the white piece. And that's going to get us our documentation. So we have a getting started guide. And did they do the little bitty type? They did, although others have said that they found that the documentation was helpful. Okay, to set up your Ember, download the latest version of the app. That's where I think most of the instructions are going to come in. So here we have... okay, so EN, the power button. So I did not know. Aha, okay, so interesting. So didn't point that out before, but right here is actually the power button. So that's what you use to power it on and power it off. So it's a press. It definitely has a little bit of a tactile click to it, but not, it's very subtle. So there is that. And then I did see this light up. They do encourage a full charge, so I'm going to do that before we actually do the configuration and test it with our first cup of coffee. But so they do encourage the full charge, which we're gonna do. But so that's where the power button is. And then here, so it's gonna have us, okay, on, press once, off, press and hold for 2 seconds. So that's interesting. On, press once, off, press and hold for 2 seconds. So I'm gonna turn it off right now, so not just to drain the battery anymore. And there is that indicator light there, and this is blinking, probably meaning that it needs a charge. So here, I'm gonna press this for 2 seconds, and we'll hopefully see that light go out, and indeed it does. That might have been 3 seconds, but okay. So there's that. And then, so pairing is press and hold for 5 seconds, so that must be part of the setup process. And then there's a reset option as well for 7 seconds. So very, very straightforward documentation. So we have the indicator light, and then we have another set of lights for when it reaches the target temperature. And then when the target temperatures reach it does something else. So very cool that they have these visual cues. And I have my readers on, and the type is small, but this is not terrible. And if you know me, you follow my channel, I'm a technical writer, so you know that I appreciate good documentation. So good on them, good on Ember. Just make the type a little bigger if you don't mind. And then, so here we have our legalese, which is in microscopic type. So I'm just gonna set that aside before I get a headache. And then I think, so there's a little tabby thing here, but I think that's all that's in the, that's everything that was in that sleeve. Yep, so otherwise empty. It looks like there's something else. Oh, no, here we go. We got the Ember stickers. If you wanna, maybe you wanna put an Ember sticker on your laptop or whatever, give them out to your friends. I don't know, stickers are, companies doing stickers, it just shows that they care. It's like pride of engineering or something. Okay, so here we have our power cord, obviously an adapter, and I'm trying to get the wattage here for you. I'm not seeing it. I'm guessing this is probably 30 watts. And then, so here we have some other specifications on here. Yep, so it's a power adapter, Tim. Let's not get too deep into it, right? So I'm just gonna stick that here for now, and then we'll see where it goes into the mug itself. And then we have some, additional stuff that has to do with packaging here. And was there anything else? Let me just see, I feel like I'm forgetting something. So there's a box here with something inside. Is this part of the packaging, or is there actually a thing in here? I don't know. Oh, okay. Oh, okay, so now we have it looks like we have some plugs. Yeah, so we have the is that called GFI? I don't know what it's called, but different plug types for international. So if you're living across the pond and you need to use one of these type of plugs, you get that too in the box, which again, I think is super thoughtful and cool, not having to, worry about buying different versions of the product. So that's that. And so in terms of what comes in the box, I like to lay everything out. I've been doing this in my latest videos and you guys seem to appreciate it. So, and this is just, also me being a little OCD. So we have our documentation, our plugs, the adapter, the mug, and then the charging base, which is just, so documentation's not in the frame there, Tim, is it? There we go. Okay, so that's what you get. So that's everything. And now I'm going to throw the documentation aside. These guys I will never use, so we're gonna put those back in the box. And then in terms of where you connect up the base to the adapter, super obvious. You have a hole there, and that just goes in there like that. And it does have that nice low profile. I really like that a lot. Don't love the cord, and like I said, I am gonna put this on my desk, so that cord is gonna be exposed. But I have cable management in the desk that I can run it through, so it'd be very, very small footprint in terms of that. So that's basically the unboxing of the mug. And so next, I will charge it up, and then I will transition over to the app setup. And in fact, we're going to do that right now. So let's go to the app. Okay, so here we are to the configuration part of setting up the Ember temperature controlled mug. And I'm in my app store for my Apple iPhone, and I'm just going to say Ember mug, do a little search, and not Ember dating. Ember temperature controlled mug. This is one we want. So here we're going to say get, and then we're going to say install, and it will install. And I'm going to fast forward this so we can get right into it and open it up. So that actually just took a second. Very cool. And then it would like to send me notifications. I'm going to allow Ember to use my location. I don't know why my coffee cup needs to know my location, but we're going to say allow while using the app. And then from here, Ember would like to use Bluetooth. I am going to say okay. I think that's actually mandatory. All right, so now here we are in the app, and it says, let's get started. Customize the drinking temperature of your coffee or tea. Now, it's showing the portable one. We don't have that one, obviously. We have the regular mug, but the process should be the same. And that actually looks very cool as well. So if this goes well, I'm probably going to buy one of those also. So let's get started. I'm going to click that button. Now it says select your device. We have the Ember mug, and I'll bet if you scroll there, that's where you see the other option. So we're just going to select that, and then I'm going to say next, Ember mug. And then pair your mug. So press and hold the power button until the LED blinks blue. So that is the power button that we looked at a minute ago on the bottom of the mug. And so I'm going to go and do that right now. So I am going to press and hold the power button until it blinks blue. And it's doing it. It's blinking blue. And then I'm going to say next. So on my mug right now, I have my LED light on the bottom is blinking blue. And I'm going to say next. And found it. Attempted to pair and connect. How cool is this? It's working. And then we're going to say pair. Found, attempted to pair and connect. And it's thinking it over. And connected. We've successfully paired and connected to Ember. So that was pretty easy. Okay, so now it's going to want us to either create an account, or in my case, I'm going to sign in with my Gmail account. Why not? I'm going to say continue. And then I have a number of Gmail accounts. I'm going to pick this one. And then from here, it's going to say create an account. So I'm going to say agree to terms of service. Keep me up to date on Ember. Sure, why not? I know I don't already have an account. So I'm going to say sign up. And then we have a lovely privacy policy to read more. Legalese, as we like to say at Tech Timmy. And then, okay, I don't want 10% off anything here. So I'm just want to get through the privacy policy. Okay, so it looks like that accepted. And now select a color below to change your LED light. Okay, so I am a fan of my LED light. I'm going to want to say, I don't know. I like red for hot. But how about we go with green just so that we can use this feature and show you guys. Let's go with green for, I believe this is for the desired temperature. The bummer, it doesn't tell you what this is for, but it's probably for the desired temperature. And now it says empty, so it's saying that the cup is empty, which is crazy that it can detect that. And I'm guessing 135 degrees is probably like the perfect temperature for your coffee, but you can always come back here later and adjust it, but I am going with the default. And now, so let's say if I wanted to put it up to 136, let's do 136 just to give it the old try. And then, okay, so the cup is empty, and now we need to fill it, presumably. And then, so we have a little cog here, and in the settings, you can personalize the brightness. Presumably that's the brightness of that's probably the LED, I think. And my battery level is 23%, so I guess it didn't fully charge up. I charged it for maybe 40 minutes, so I did not give it the full charge, so I need to continue to charge it, but all's well and good. So this is working okay. Just a little bit excited here. And then so new update available. So I would encourage you to do these updates from time to time whenever you see that. So before updating, make sure Ember and phone are not far away from each other. So mine is in the other room at the moment, but I think this should go fine. So it's downloading the update. So I'm going to go ahead and let it do that. And then the next part of the video is where we actually fill up the mug with some coffee. And I'm going to do a little mini review after I use the coffee cup. I think I said a week, maybe even a few days should be fine, right? To give it a try. So yeah, so I'm going to let this update run, and then right now is going to be the next part of this video, which is the review piece, and we're going to fill it up with some coffee, and we're going to see if it stays hot. Maybe I'll actually run run a little timer to see how long it stays at the peak temperature. So stay tuned. Let's get on to the next part of the video. Okay, so here's the review part of the video. Gonna be super short. I'm having my breakfast right now, and my coffee is a perfect 142 degrees. And this has just been working flawlessly, which is why I'm gonna keep the review part of it short. It works as advertised. It keeps your coffee hot for up to 80 minutes, and I've actually tested that out, where I basically let the coffee cup sit for like an hour and a half, and it's still perfectly hot, which is just so crazy to me. And this little indicator light means that it is at your desired temperature. I think I set mine to green, and it just works great. But what I will do is I'll show you what it looks like in the app, because the default setting I think is, it's either 125 or 135 degrees. Whatever the default setting is wasn't hot enough for me. I had to adjust it to be slightly warmer. But other than that, I absolutely love this thing, and it's working great. So that's it for the review. So we did the unboxing, we did the review, and we did the configuration and setup as well. But let me show you what it looks like in the app. So I'll do that next, and then we'll do a little wrap up. All right, so here we are in the app, and my coffee is right now hot out of the Keurig, 142 degrees, and my setting is 135, which is interesting. So the default, which I think was the default that the app gives you. So I like it at 142 degrees. It's actually perfect. It's hot, but not so hot that it's going to burn my mouth. And basically, that when you adjust it to the temperature that you want, it says your perfect temperature, 142, has been reached. Enjoy. So the 135 default would be a little bit too cold, I think, for most folks. If you like a warm cup of coffee, that's probably a sweet spot. But this is hot, and this is kind of why I bought the mug to begin with. So I would say 142, or maybe 140 is a good. It just went up a degree, which is interesting. And now it's going up another degree. So the accuracy, I think, is going to depend on a variety of different factors, but 142 seems to be my sweet spot, so I'm going to leave it there. So there you have it, the Ember 2 mug unboxing, setup, and review. I thought I would just end showing what the mug looks like on my counter. The green light means I believe that it's fully charged, and I have it set up ready to go here for tomorrow morning next to my trusty Keurig. If you have any questions whatsoever about this, drop a comment below, and I will do my best to get back to you. I generally respond to all comments within 24 hours. So hope this video helped. If it did, please consider subscribing to my channel. I do all sorts of videos about tech, and hope to see you in the next one. Cheers.